have or are thinking about getting the FCB Vacation Lifestyle MasterCard, in this video I'll be sharing everything you need to know about how to redeem your miles using the FCB MyRewards app. Hey, welcome back to the Trini Will. I'm Keisha from the beautiful islands of Trinidad and Tobago, currently living in Milan. If you are interested in all things travel, tips, experiences, go ahead and click the subscribe button, especially if you want to experience these things from a Caribbean perspective. But anyway, for now, let's get into today's video, the FCB MyRewards app. I previously posted a video on all the credit cards available in Trinidad and Tobago to earn miles so we could travel. But if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. This video will be focusing specifically on the FCB Rewards program and how to redeem miles. What I'll cover in this video, I'll cover how to sign up for the app to redeem your miles, how you can redeem the miles. I'll show an example of how I redeemed miles previously and currently how you redeem miles on the app. And then, because we're already in this video, I'll just talk about some of what I like and what I don't like currently about the program, especially for those of you who might be in the market considering which credit card that you want to get. I also want to include some of the disadvantages that will help you in making your decision. Once you have the FCB credit card, once you start spending money on your card, you basically have started earning miles. The exchange rate in money to miles, it's for every $1 US spent, you earn 1 mile. In terms of US, the conversion, it will be every $8.50 TT that you spend, you earn 1 mile. So 1 US or $8.50 TT is equal to 1 mile. So yeah, once you start spending from your credit card, you start earning miles. Now, how do you see how many miles you need to accumulate to start booking flights or booking hotels, booking cars? Because now with the program now, you can not only just book flights, but you can also create a credit card where you can spend money on online retailers, etc, etc. So once we get into the app, we'll discover all of this. The app that you will want to download, and they have the links to it on the FCB website, is MyFCRewards. Once you download the app, to start to sign up, you would see that there's a very interactive chat feature. They'll ask you to enter your email address. You enter your email address and you go through all what they recommend to sign up for it. And once you have signed up, this will be your welcome screen. You basically come into the app. So, hi, it's me. What do I want to do next? So here to the top, I can see how many miles I have. So if I want to book a flight, you see the flight icon to the bottom here. So we click on it, it will load. Now you basically use it like you would use any other flight search. And to the top here, you can see you can use your miles to book flights, to book hotels, to book cars, to book accommodation, well, vacation homes, which is like the Airbnb style thing. So anyway, so I'm looking at a round trip. Let's say I'm going from Port of Spain to Barbados. So it's currently searching for flights from Port of Spain to Bridgetown. Here you would see the list of results. This is how much it's saying it's going to cost. So it's going to cost me all my miles plus an additional 182 US dollars. For me, that is not making any sense. So what I would probably do is look for another date to see what will use the least amount of miles. Something else that you can do, if I click on the purple icon with the slider, I can choose how much miles I want to use. So if I want to use only 10,000 miles, I can basically slide the slider to say I'm only willing to use 10,000 of my miles, and the rest will be what you have to pay cash. Before we move on, let's talk about the pros and cons, in my opinion, of the program. When I chose this card as my preferred card, I was maybe still in university, working part-time. So one of my choices, it was the lowest annual fee. So the annual fee is about $200 per year. And I liked that I could use it on any airline. There was only like some blackout dates that they had in between, but basically you were free to choose whichever airline, but you had to book it through a travel agent. You would need to send an email to the bank, tell them that you want to use your miles, who you're going to use it with, contact the travel agent. It was a long process. Like, it wasn't just as straightforward. Anyway, what I liked is that there was a breakdown of how many miles you would need for a particular destination, and it wouldn't change. If it was the Caribbean to the US, it would say 25,000 miles. If it was within the Caribbean, it would say 18,000 miles. If it was the US to Europe or some kind of thing like that, it would say 30,000 miles. So the miles were set and you knew how much miles you would use for a particular destination. Although having to contact the bank, then contact the travel agent and then confirm the bookings like that, it was pretty straightforward in terms of how much miles you would need to go to a particular destination. Now, with this app, it goes with the market. So depending on the cost of the flights, that's how much miles you would pay. So it's not set. So this week, it might be 20,000 miles. Next week, it may be 30,000 miles. So you need to like monitor for yourself to see if it's worth it to spend the miles to go where you want to go, or try to see if you want to go somewhere else. So that's what I currently don't like about the way in which you have to redeem the miles this time around. What else can you do? If I click on this middle icon, it shows me the menu that I kind of have. So go travel, that's the first tab that we were on. My transactions, buy miles, or my balance. So my transactions, it will show you the transactions that you have made with your miles. Another thing to mention, with the FCB program, the miles expire after 4 years. Keep an eye on that. Anyway, I made a flight purchase November 21st and I spent 28,659 miles to purchase that flight to Barbados, Port Spain to Barbados. This is how that process went. So while I was in Trinidad last year, I said, let me look for some flights to see if I can make it to Barbados, and the prices were actually looking good. So what I did, I checked Google Flights first to see which dates give me the cheapest price, because remember now, because of the app, it's using market prices. We want to go on the cheapest dates so we can use the least amount of points. So here you can see the ticket prices, and this is basically how much it cost in US dollars, which was $352. I find that's a lot to go to Barbados, but I didn't have to use real money. So anyway, once I confirmed the dates that I wanted, I went ahead and clicked book. I had to enter the passenger details, and just like that, the flight was booked. It said, like in marriage, I do. I found that was so cute, and once I clicked that, it confirmed my booking, and I had a flight to Barbados for about four days. But anyway, and then I saw the transaction went through, and then I also went to Caribbean Airlines to make sure that it was in fact there, and I was able to select my seats, and then I was in Barbados for a nice relaxing weekend. Now, if I remember correctly, I would have booked a flight to St. Lucia in August using my miles, using the previous system that they had, and if I remember correctly, I think it was about 18,000 or 20,000 miles. I can't remember offhand. The price has increased like about 8,000 miles. And if you want to buy miles, so you can actually purchase miles with money, you can also check your balance. So if I want to check my balance, let's say let's check in October to see if it's available. Waiting for that to load. From October 1st to October 31st, it shows me how many miles I earned in that period, my balance again. And then let me check in November, because that's when I spent the miles. So I see activity, 100% travel. I traveled here, and then I earned 705 upper miles. Ooh, what's that about? I also earned 1,006 miles. I would have mentioned before that you can not only use the miles to make travel purchases, but you can also use it as a credit card. You can use your miles like a credit card to shop like online, etc. So my wallet, it shows me how much miles I have here, and it gives me a virtual Visa card. This is the card I could use to enter online, and I could shop with it. So the miles are equivalent to like US dollars that you could shop on websites, etc., etc. I've never used it like that because for me, I wanted to make flight purchases. I vaguely remember how it came out, but I knew that I saw how much money I was able to spend from it. This is basically how you use the FCB MyRewards app. I really hope that the video was informative and helpful, and now you know how to use your miles to book flights, accommodation, travel, etc., or use it how you want. So if you did find the video to be informative, don't forget to click the like button. It really helps the channel a lot. It lets YouTube know, hey, this video was informative. It will be helpful to other persons who may be looking for information like yourself. If you would like to see more content from me, a fellow Trini traveler, a fellow West Indian traveler, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you subscribe, comment below, let me know where you're from and the type of content that you are interested in seeing, if there's any topic in particular you would like me to cover. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, ciao.